member, who is the chairman of NG Cares, has been with us even before now. He was with us during the validation session of our generic operation manual, which has shown that he is fully committed to the support of the poor and vulnerable. I said that the NG Cares has set the pace. It's going to be used, I believe, to leverage on Mr. President's renewed hope World Development Project, which has just been introduced. There are successes to this NG Cares program, and we are here to reflect on what we have achieved before and to forge a way ahead so that we right the wrong that we have done before. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and a special gratitude to His Excellency, the Governor of Katsina. Thank you, Your Excellency, for hosting us here in Katsina, and I would like to congratulate you on the achievements we have seen in Katsina. Even before I came to Katsina, I have had so many achievements in Katsina. Congratulations, sir. And I congratulate the people of Katsina for having such a hard-working governor. Thank you to Right Honorable Chairman NG Cares Committee for bringing us here together. We are sure, we are now confident and comfortable that NG Cares has come to stay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think more testimonies for the development in Katsina. I think let me still cover the angle from the northeast and invite the Honorable Commissioner from Gombe, Honorable Salihu Baba Alkali. For one time, we please crave your indulgence as we request the speakers to please kindly speak within 2 minutes so that we can take the next item. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, my brother and my boss, Dr. Umar Rada, the Chairman of the House Committee on NG Case, Right Honorable Abubakar Kusada, the Chairman of our National Coordinator of NG Case, honorable members here present from House of Representatives, the State Assembly members, my colleagues, honorable commissioners, other participants. I want to stay on the established protocol. I bring greetings from Gombe State. We in Gombe State have realized that NG Case, it is a program, a national program that have assisted to improve the lives of the poor and the vulnerable, not only in Gombe State, in the whole country. I want to say that without NG Case, in the last few years, 4 or 5 years, the poor and vulnerable could have suffered in this country. However, with the introduction, with the coming of this NG Case and the benefit we have experienced, sincerely, it needs to be continued. There should be continuity. How can we continue? How can we continue that? Is collaboration and working together between executives and the assemblies, whether national or state assemblies. And that's the reason why we came for this retreat, to collaborate with the National Assembly and work together to ensure that NG Cares has come to stay for the benefit of our populace. Therefore, I wish us very fruitful deliberations and hope that after this retreat, the relationship or the cooperation between the NG Cares family and the National Assembly will be further enhanced. Your Excellency, just as my colleague said, I'm not surprised because I know you. When we saw yesterday the developmental projects that you are undertaking or you have undertaken all over Katsina State, in particular within Katsina, we went around. In the last 2 years that you have been, you have done a lot, but I'm not surprised because I know who Dr. Rada is. Therefore, continue the good work of people of Katsina State. I'm sure second time is just a passover. Well done, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Gombe, most sincerely for your prayer. So may God accept. Quickly, I will want to move to the caliphate as I invite the Honorable Commissioner, Dr. Bakar M. Zayana, Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Budget and Economic Plan of Sokoto, to also speak within 2 minutes. Honorable Commissioner, sir.
Thank you. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabi kareem. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Dr. Malan Duko Umar Rada, Honorable Abubakar Yahya, the Chairman of the NGKs, members of the State House Assembly here present, members of the Executive Council of Katsina State and other states here present, the Chairman of NGKs, the National Coordinator of the NGKs, other participants, Assalamu alaikum to you all. I think my colleagues and so many other people have said a lot about NGK's successes, and I think we have achieved a lot in NGKs, and I think it's the only program that has direct connection between the governance and the poor people. This is one program that cut across various sectors in terms of businesses, in terms of helping the needy and the poor in our dear states. And I think the success of NGKs will not be sustained without this great initiative of trying to see how we can link up with the National Assembly. With this great initiative, I think it's a welcome development. We are sure of sustainability of NGK's program. NGK's 1.0 has a huge success story, but I believe 2.0 will be better, because I think we have shifted from input-output approach to input-output outcomes. And I think that's a great achievement. In 2.0, the emphasis will be on the impact, so we try to assess the impact we make on these programs. It's not just about the output, we are also care more about the outcomes in 2.0, and I think that is a very welcome development. I would like to join my colleagues to say a few remarks about His Excellency the State Governor of Katsina State. What I have seen yesterday, I have never been in Katsina. I'm in Sokoto. I've never been in Katsina. This is my first time, sir. I was away from this country for almost 20 years, but I think with you and your colleagues, like our Executive Governor of Sokoto State, I'm start getting hope in this country. And I believe we are going to go further, and I think Nigeria will be better in the near future with your leadership. And having said that, I think yesterday I saw remarkable projects, and I have done a bit of research on my own. I have interviewed some people around me, and I have got some positive note about what is really happening in Katsina State from the inception of your government to date, and I think it's very, very positive, it's very encouraging, it's very commendable. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Sokoto. I think from testimonies to confession, for not being here, I think Banasho was absolutely correct when he said that the secret of happiness is to say what is right, but what we think is right. Honor is always given to whom honor is due. That has been Governor Rada for you. And quickly, I've been to the northwest, and let me quickly cross to the south, and then invite the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of International Donor Coordination, Cross River, Doctor. This time around, the elder is making an input, so allow me to welcome him. to speak on behalf of his state.
The Executive Governor of Katsina State, Malam Diko, rather PhD CON, the representative of the Speaker of Katsina House of Assembly and other members here present, the Chairman House Committee on NG case and the Vice Chairman House Committee on NG case and other National Assembly members here present, the State Executive Council members from Katsina and other states here present, the National Coordinator of NGKs, the traditional institutions, chairmen of council that are here present, distinguished appointees of government at various levels, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to say I'm very, very excited being here. Excited that this is one opportunity where the legislators and the executive are coming together to think about a project that has to do with the livelihood of our people. The story of NGKs from 1.0, truly, like others have said, is alarming. Indeed, is from nook and crannies of our country. Those who were adjudged very poor and incapable of handling certain things have found some succor through the program. And I believe very strongly that moving into 2.0, so many lessons learned will again galvanize us into doing very massive contribution to our livelihood. I want to very specifically thank the Chairman House Committee with this laudable initiative. When you see the executive and the legislators coming together to provide a solution, you could be assured that that particular problem will be solved with all it is, because it comes from legalizing it and ensuring that the executive spending on it will have credence. Sustainability, like if I recall what the chairman said in the last engagement at Abuja, the intention is to develop a framework such that the gains of NGKs will truly come to stay. And I believe this gathering, going into that dialogue, will look clearly into some areas and raise gray areas that will truly put this program to the heart of everyone. Indeed, it is one aspect that will address very significantly what His Excellency the President is actually doing with this Renew Hope agenda. I want to thank everybody that is here and implore all of us to participate effectively. Like my other colleague have said, I actually came at night, but I think I will have an opportunity this afternoon to explore some of the good news I've heard here. Probably in the end, I will have an opportunity to say, this is another Apostle Senator Prince Basi, head of the two of Cross River State, because he's a transformer. So I have come to also meet a transformer in Katsina State. Your Excellency, thank you so very much. I'm so humbled by the disposition my other colleague have put on the radar. Once again, I want to welcome all of us and be participatory in this dialogue so Nigeria can move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I want in a special way honor the women in the house by announcing that we've been joined by another powerful Iron Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Honorable Gwacham Maureen, Honorable Member representing Oyi Ayamilu Federal Constituency from Anambra State. You're welcome, Honorable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would also like to recognize the presence of Dr. Fane Ade of the World Bank, who just joined us. You're most welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when you are in Rome, you behave like Romans. And it's time we invite the chairman of the House Committee on NGKs. But before we invite him, let's do it the way they do it in the chamber. For those who are in favor that we invite Honorable Kusada to speak, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. I'm the presiding officer, I'm yet to decide. The ayes have it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's have the chairman of the House Committee on NGKs, Honorable Abubakar Yahya Kusada, for his remarks. The chairman, sir.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, my Governor, Malam Dukko Umar Radda, PhD, CON, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on NGKs, Right Honorable Dennis Abbo, distinguished honorable colleagues, and the members of this honorable committee on NGKs in the National Assembly here present, the National Coordinator of NGKs, Dr. Abdul Karim Obaje, representative of the World Bank and the other development partners, senior government officials here present, policy makers, and the stakeholders, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is with deep sense of honor and responsibility that I welcome you all to this important two-day retreat on building a sustainable NGKs program hosted here in Katsina, the home of hospitality. The Nigerian COVID-19 Action, Recovery and Economic Settlements Program, NGKs, was launched at one of the most difficult periods in our nation's history. At the height of the pandemic, when livelihoods were shattered, small businesses collapsed, and poverty deepened, NGKs emerged as a beacon of hope for millions of Nigerians. Since its inception, NGKs has provided vital support to poor and vulnerable households, empowered smallholder farmers, assisted micro and small businesses with grants, and created jobs through labor-intensive public works. It has restored dignity, livelihoods, and hope to thousands of families across the country. Today, as we gather in Katsina, our focus is not just to celebrate the gains recorded, but to chart a course for sustainability, accountability, and institutionalization. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to commend my performing governor, Malam Dukko Umar Radda, PhD, CON, for his visionary leadership in making Katsina State Community and Social Development Agency a powerful instrument of poverty reduction and inclusive growth in Katsina State. Under his administration, thousands of smallholder farmers have benefited from improved seeds, fertilizers, and mechanization tools. Women and youth-led businesses have received grants and credit support to boost entrepreneurship and self-reliance. Vulnerable families across rural and urban communities have been provided with livelihood assistance, while schools, water systems, and healthcare facilities have been upgraded to improve community well-being. Governor Malam Dukko Umar Radda's strategic approach has transformed Katsina CSDA into a practical tool for empowerment and development. We encourage other states to study and replicate the Katsina model for greater national impact. This retreat provides us with the opportunity to assess the progress made so far, identify challenges, and design policy pathways for sustaining NGKs beyond donor cycles. It is also a platform to strengthen coordination between federal, state, and local government, while clarifying the critical role of the National Assembly in institutionalizing and monitoring the program. As lawmakers, our responsibility is to ensure that NGKs remains not just an intervention, but a permanent framework for inclusive economic recovery and social protection. I am pleased to announce that the NGKs under the National Assembly leadership of Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin PhD and my supervision as its first House Committee Chairman has taken a bold steps towards institutionalizing its activities by ensuring its inclusion in the federal budget line. Your Excellency and distinguished participants, this singular act guarantees continuity, provides predictable funding for states, and secures NGKs as a permanent pillar of Nigeria's social protection and economic empowerment strategy. With this move, we have laid the foundation for a sustainable framework that transcends political administrations and donor funding cycles. Exercising its powers under Section 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, the committee will conduct a nationwide oversight across the 36 states and the FCT to verify the utilization of released funds, assess grants and support provided to MSMEs, and evaluate the overall impact of the program on economic recovery, food security, and livelihoods. This exercise is not intended to undermine achievements or hunt anyone. Rather, it aims to document successes, identify challenges, and recommend measures for improved program delivery as we look forward to NGKS 2.0. At the conclusion of the exercise, a comprehensive report containing the committee's findings and recommendations will be presented to Nigerians through the National Assembly. We are also deploying a centralized digital dashboard to track implementation in real time, and this will be achieved in collaboration with development partners and civil society. The urgency of sustaining NGKs cannot be overstated, as over 133 million Nigerians, nearly 63% of our population, live in multidimensional poverty. Rising inflation, insecurity, and economic shocks continue to push more households into vulnerability. Without strong social protection mechanisms, millions risk being left behind. NGKs present us with a unique opportunity to break this cycle, but only if we commit to funding it sustainably and supervising it effectively. Our vision as a committee and as a legislature is simple yet ambitious: to transform NGKs into a fully institutionalized, sustainably funded, and nationally owned program that touches every Nigerian household in need. To achieve this, we will strengthen legislative backing, ensure equitable state funding, align NGKs with national development priorities, and build capacity across all levels of implementation. Data-driven monitoring and evaluation will remain central to our approach. Over the next 2 days, let us deliberate with courage and clarity. To my fellow honorable colleagues who are present here, let us provide the legislative foundation NGKs needs to thrive. To state governments, let us replicate Katsina's success story across Nigeria. To our development partners, we thank you for your support, and we also invite you to deepen your collaboration. To civil society and the media, continue to hold us accountable and amplify the program's impact. Distinguished honorable colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, NGKS is more than just a government initiative. It is a promise. A promise to the smallholder farmer in Katsina struggling with rising input cost. A promise to the young entrepreneur in Enugu seeking capital to grow her business. And a promise to the vulnerable mother in Lagos striving to feed her children. This retreat is our opportunity to ensure that this promise is kept today and for generations to come. On behalf of the House Committee on NGKs, I sincerely thank the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, the World Bank, our development partners, and most especially my former Governor, Malam Duko Umar Radda, PhD, for hosting us here in Katsina. Sir, we have seen the symbol of heritage and true hospitality. Thank you very much, sir. Together, let us institutionalize NGKs, secure its funding, and transform it into a permanent engine of inclusive development for our nation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, and may Allah continue to bless our country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May we appreciate him, please, once more. NGKS is more than a government initiative, but perhaps a promise, says the House Committee Chair. And then we charge the participants to deliberate with courage and prosperity. Thank you. I think we would have loved to link with the tax team leader, but for technical issues, I was reliably informed that Dr. Pani Ade is going to speak on behalf of the tax team leader. So, Dr. Pani Ade, can we have you?
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Dr. Diko Umaru Radda, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Budget and Planning, Honorable Atiku Bagudu, Your Excellency, Honorable Member Abubakar Yahya Kusada, and all your members here with you. I want to also recognize all commissioners that are here in the room present and those that are represented by other dignitaries. I want to respectfully recognize our traditional rulers here in the room and those that are represented, those that are representatives of the traditional institution. The NC, Dr. Obaje, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first of all start by apologizing and saying that the flight that was supposed to come here with got delayed for a medical emergency, someone that was in the flight that wasn't feeling well. So we're due to arrive here much earlier, but we couldn't. But the importance of this occasion did not allow us that to deter us. We made sure that we are going to be here and make these remarks on behalf not only of the World Bank, but also as part of partnership to show that the World Bank is indeed a partner with Nigeria and all the states that we are partnering with. I want to also emphasize that I just arrived from Washington, D.C. yesterday night, and because of the importance of this occasion, the country director and the practice leader say I must be on the flight this morning to come here. In as much as once you travel outside the country, you come back, you're supposed to rest for a day or two. They say that this occasion is far too important and must be here. And I want to put that out there because this is the recognition of two arms of government coming together. It's rare. It has never been seen before in Nigeria. And this is something that we must applaud. The executive arm of government, the legislative arm of government coming together to answer the question, why are we so poor? Now, can I speak from the heart? Because once I begin to speak about poverty as a Nigerian, I get so emotional. When we go outside there and they say Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, it's a huge embarrassment. But that does not deter me, because I am a Nigerian. I'm proud of being a Nigerian. I carry my green passport everywhere, and anywhere I go, that is a green passport I flash first before the blue one that is a diplomatic passport. We are poor for a reason, and we shouldn't be ashamed of that. Coming together of both the executive and the legislature shows that we're serious about poverty reduction and making sure that we kick poverty out of Nigeria. Every country is poor, including the United States of America, where we just came back from, where we have gone to go and see how they're trying to reduce their own poverty. Now, the only thing that is different from everywhere else is if you have poverty and you don't have a plan for it. That is what makes it very dangerous. But if we are poor and you have a plan for it, then it goes to show that you have a way of addressing it. Now, why are we poor? If insecurity continues, like interestingly, the Northwest, headed by Katsina, is beginning to be the epicenter of insecurity and poverty. Why? If people that are farmers and have their livelihoods disrupted by whoever they are, then poverty will increase. If these farmers cannot go back to the farm and continue to farm, then poverty is going to increase. If there is climate change, and when you plant and rain does not come on time, then poverty is going to increase. If there is inflation and economic hardship, and people cannot make ends meet, then poverty is going to increase. Some of the reasons why we are poor is not entirely because the government has failed, but because there are natural causes. And coming together of the executive and legislative arm of government goes to show that we have a plan. And for me, I think we need to applaud that. I work in Nigeria and across Sierra Leone and other African countries. What they do have, which I think we should also begin to recognize, is they have a law that institutes how you have an organization, an institution that continuously addresses poverty with financial backing and resource allocation. Now, the beginning of this conference here, or this meeting here, is to see how we can look at what NGKs have done and look at how we can put that in together and make sure the representatives here will give us a law, sir. The law that will back how we address poverty, how we address the issues that pertain to those ones that we are also trying to address, which is insecurity and climate change, and also how do you deal with issues of inflation and make sure you manage your inflation down. These are areas that other countries have done well, and for us, anytime I go out there and I begin to see that, the last time you made a speech in Chida, I took that speech and we presented it in DC, just to show that Nigeria is at the forefront of making sure that both the legislative and the executive arm of government are talking to themselves. For me, this is something to be proud of, because if we have started this long before, I'm sure you heard of NAPEP, I'm sure you heard of Showpeace, I'm sure you heard of the MDGs of this world. Where are they? If you go to the offices and institutions that hosted them, do you find the data and the register that shows how we're working on poverty? I don't think so. It's there in the archives, but was this very structured? I don't think so. Now, that was the beginning. What we're doing here is ingenious, creative, and will take us a notch higher. And once we have that law, we now know that there is now an institution, there is a law that addresses poverty in a more structured way. The governor of Katsina State is an example. You mentioned him, sir. The governor of Katsina State has something he calls community development projects. It's now instituted. He has now made sure that every ward is given not less than 10 million, and if you finish expending that, you get more. Now, he has sent the team to come and meet us. That is what is called CDD, Community Driven Development. We have been doing this for years, but we have never been able to institute it into a law and into the institution. Now we are coming to Katsina is not for by mistake. We are coming here to come and learn how the governor, in his own wisdom, will see that every ward has 10 million each. And once you finish spending that, you're going to get more to continue to build not only the clinics, the schools, but the roads, and also providing farm inputs and fertilizers to farmers, and make sure that insecurity, sometimes insecurity is not only because people have guns, but an angry man is what? a very frustrated man and can do anything. Now, what he is doing would not only address the issues of food insecurity, and while somebody is filled in their tummy, they reason better and insecurity will naturally reduce. For me, this is a CDD approach that we are trying to see how not only will the people in the assembly give us a law and institute it, but we're coming to learn from Katsina how the governor has been able to do that, and do that on his own without prompting. You don't need the World Bank to come and tell you that you need to address your poverty word per word, local government per local government, and collectively the state will be uplifted. I think it's something we should learn. I think it's something we are going to institute with this law, and as we go back, the NC knows, we also know, we're also going to find how we will take some people to other countries that are doing similar things. Maybe to India, maybe to China, maybe to Brazil, and also maybe to Kenya and Ethiopia, who are just very small countries behind here, but are also doing creative and ingenious things. I want to leave you on this note. I want to say that the beginning of the meeting of the executive and the legislature in Nigeria is something that is a breakthrough. I will continue to applaud that. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much from the World Bank. At this point, I would like to specially appreciate His Excellency the Governor of Katsina State. Despite his tight schedule, he is still here with us. Please, let's appreciate him. We're going to speed up so that we can invite His Excellency. But for now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that one of the newest commissioners of Finance in Nigeria joined us. That's the Commissioner of Finance, Benue State, who was appointed on the 3rd of September, Honorable Michael Oligba. You are most welcome, sir. And talking about security, just yesterday, the Katsina State Governor convened a high-level stakeholders meeting on security. That's to tell you how important the governor takes security. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's time we listen to the Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, who is ably represented here by Honorable Lukman Mudashir, the Honorable Speaker.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Katsina State, Dr. Malam Umar Rada, PhD, my Chairman, NGKS Committee, Yaya Kusada, honorable colleagues, the dignitaries sitting down here this morning. Without taking much of our time, I will just go straight to the Mr. Speaker's speech. But before I do that, there's one thing people have been talking about the Excellency, the Governor of Katsina State. But there is one thing that is missing that I want to add more to it. As a member of National Assembly and a member of House Committee on Pension, it's only the Katsina State government that has paid all the pensions and the accrued bad luck. I'm a member of pension. We've found out this, and I can tell you this. So, Excellency, you are doing a very great job. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. In the composition of the committee in the House of Representatives to oversight the various authorities and the reform-oriented government of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the renewal hope agenda of the government, we realized that we needed to establish a committee to particularly work with the relevant agency of government closely to attend the peculiar need of vulnerable Nigeria will bear the brunt of the government reform program. This essentially informed the establishment of the House of Representatives Committee on NGKR, CSDP Committee. The House is fully aware that as a government implements reform program to move the nation forward, there will appear certain unintended hardship that will occur particularly on the segment of vulnerable Nigeria. The government necessarily has to recreate social caution and palliative program to alleviate the effect of the reform program of the government. The federal government of Nigeria, with the support of the World Bank, has created the NG Care program to do exactly the work of addressing the special need of vulnerable groups under government reform initiative. The design of the program provides the implementation utilizing the existing social intervention platform existing at the state. We mandate the House Committee to closely scrutinize and oversight every aspect of NG care across the state to ensure the due implementation of the program in line with the design and objective. The committee is also required to work with the relevant agency to determine all necessary legislative support and facilitate of Parliament to ensure the sustainable implementation of social intervention to vulnerable program, together with the innovation and improvements considered necessary for the robust social intervention program. I consider the retreat very important. These are for the executive and the Parliament a unique opportunity to understand the framework for a homegrown social intervention program, to make critical input for a more effective program, and to understand what may be required from Parliament to make the program work better and be more sustainable for the vulnerable group among us. Will be better for it. In all, at the end, we hope that all the desirable reform of the Renewal Hope agenda will be inclusive and carried along with vulnerable group among us. This is a message from the Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That has been the keynote address by the Honorable Speaker through his representative. We should be proud to be Nigerians, and we will indeed overcome our challenges. Late President Muhammad Buhari was of the view that this generation of Nigeria, and indeed future generation, has no other country than Nigeria. We shall remain here and celebrate it together. Thank you. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, in the absence of any other thing, it is my honor and uncommon privilege to warmly invite His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Malam Dukomaru, the PhD, CON, to address the gathering. Your Excellencies.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. The Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented here, the Chairman of the House Committee on NGKs, one of our own, a former Speaker of Katsina State House of Assembly, Honorable Abubakar Kusada, the Deputy Chairman and other members of the committee, the representative of World Bank and other development partners, the national coordinator of the NG program, the Honorable Commissioner, especially the Honorable Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning of the state, and the Honorable Commissioners from Cross River, Benue, Bauchi, Gombe, and Sokoto, the members of the State Executive Council here present, the representative of His Royal Highness, the Emir of Katsina, and the representative of His Royalness, the Emir of Daura, the Chairman of Women Affairs, Katsina State House of Assembly, Honorable Ali Al-Baba, who has impersonated as acting or representative of the Speaker. The heads of other government agencies and departments, the state coordinator of the NG case, and other state coordinators that are here. Pardon me, the chairman, Katsina local government, one of the youngest and vibrant. Other distinguished invited guests, you are welcome to Katsina, the state of hospitality and home of heritage and culture. We welcome you to the state and we really appreciate you for your kind words. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to Katsina, the home of heritage, peace and hospitality, for the national retreat for the Nigerian Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus, NGK's program. We are honored to host this important gathering which brings together lawmakers, program managers, and other critical stakeholders across the Nigeria and beyond. Your presence here today underscores our collective commitment to strengthen social protection framework of our national and fostering inclusive, sustainable development for all Nigerians. As we have gathered here today to discuss in building a sustainable NGK's program, the role of National Assembly, we must explore the critical role of National Assembly plays in ensuring long-term success of this vital initiative. As we engage in deliberations around the theme, Building Sustainable NGK's program, role of National Assembly, we must reflect on the instrumental role of the National Assembly plays, not just in legislative oversight, but in shaping policy direction, mobilizing resources, and ensuring long-term sustainability of programs that impact the livelihood of millions. Here in Katsina, we have taken deliberate and strategic steps to prioritize the welfare of our people, especially the most vulnerable, through the KT-NGK's program. We have made measurable progress in improving livelihood, empowering communities, and enhancing resilience. With an investment of over 100 billion in social protection, our administration has implemented impactful intervention across the three core areas, result areas: Community and Social Development Agency, KSDA, Padama and Katsina State Enterprise Development Agency, KASIDA. From far Dankama to Damar in the southern part of the state, Dambasau and Babamutun to the east, NG Care programs has touched lives, rejuvenate rural economies, and reaffirm state commitment to social protection and development. Through this program, vulnerable households have received critical support, access to food, potable water, and basic health care, education, and business grants. These efforts have not only alleviated poverty, but have also sown the seed of economy of our communities. NGK's program has played a crucial role in providing support to vulnerable population, as I mentioned, across Nigeria. However, to ensure its sustainability, we must focus on key areas where National Assembly can make significant impact. And it was mentioned by the chairman that a provision was made at the national budget for this program. Thank you for that. Legislative support is crucial. The National Assembly can provide necessary legislative backing to ensure a program's continuity and funding by enacting a law and policies that support NGK's program. This will provide a solid foundation for its sustainability. I believe the policy framework will enable the program to operate effectively and efficiently. The National Assembly can work closely with government agencies, stakeholders to develop policies that guide the program implementation and ensure its impact. National Assembly can play a crucial role in overseeing the program implementation, ensuring transparency and accountability on every naira that is given to each state. By conducting regular oversight visits and public hearing on the program's progress, the National Assembly can identify areas for improvement and ensure that the program meets its objectives. The role of National Assembly will undoubtedly enhance the design, elevate the impact and effectiveness of the NG Care program by providing a robust implementation framework to support more vulnerable populations and promote economic resilience. As we begin this retreat, I encourage all participants to engage openly, share insights, and bring innovative ideas to the table. The challenges we face are not insurmountable. With unity of purpose, informed dialogue, and strategic action, we can build a more resilient and inclusive Nigeria. It is my honor and privilege to declare the NGK's National Retreat open, and I wish all participants productive, impactful retreat, and look forward to the actionable resolution that will emerge from your deliberations. God bless Katsina State. God bless the NGK's program. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And thank you, Almighty Allah. Take you back to your various destination after this retreat, and may you enjoy your stay in Katsina. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. His Excellency, the Governor deserves a standing ovation. With this formal address, this marks the formal commencement of the retreat proper. As we keep standing, we will be taking the national anthem, and then group photograph will be the last item for the opening. Now, the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Thank you. Group photograph is next. We will invite the members of the National Assembly and by extension other dignitaries, but we'll start with the let's have sessions. The chairman of the committee and honorable members. We can have others too. By extension, others can stand in front of the.
Way to let me down slowly, a little sympathy I hope you can show me. If you wanna go then I'll be so lonely.
Please can we off the screen? Off the screen so that we can have good background. Alright, we're on say cares. Cares. Yes. I think Your Excellency will still have group photograph with the women that are here.
They do not respect.